We've got a Guardians of the Galaxy virtual queue, huge Genie Plus changes happening, more reopenings have been announced, and a lot more news. We got all the latest Disney news you need to know here on DFV Guide. Hey everybody, it was quite a big week for Disney news. Lots of important information coming your way, so let's get to it with those big Genie Plus changes. Disney Genie Plus launched back in October of 2021. It has since seen several changes. The paid system replaced Disney's previously free FastPass program. Now you have to pay $15 per day per person to use Genie Plus, which allows you to make reservations to skip the lines of certain Disney World attractions using the lightning lanes. Disney has been making changes periodically to the system, and now more changes are on the way. For better or for worse, right? Starting on June 8th, you will only be able to buy Disney Genie Plus on the day of your visit to the parks. You will no longer be able to pre-buy the service before you arrive as a ticket add-on for dates remaining in 2022 and in 2023. So going forward, you will only be able to buy Genie Plus through the My Disney Experience app on the day of your visit, one day at a time. Currently, if you buy Genie Plus ahead of your trip, you have to buy it for all the days that you have theme park tickets, but you won't even be able to do that anymore. Disney says this adjustment will help manage the incredibly strong demand guests have shown for Genie Plus. If you've already bought Disney Genie Plus for ticket dates later this year, you will still be able to use the service during your visit. So basically, if you want to book Genie Plus for your whole stay in the future, you'll need to do it before June 8th. Also note that this change will only be happening at Walt Disney World, not Disneyland Resort. Okay, details have been revealed for the Guardians virtual queue. Disney gave us some details about how that queue is going to work once it opens up next week on May 27th. The virtual queue for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is going to work very similarly to how Disney World's other virtual queues have worked before. Guests will have 2 daily opportunities to request to join the virtual queue. The first is going to be at 7 a.m. and the second will be at 1 p.m. Guests trying to request to join the virtual queue at 7 a.m. do not have to be inside EPCOT, but they do have to have a theme park reservation for EPCOT in order to join. If you're trying to join the 1 p.m. virtual queue, you have to be inside EPCOT, so you basically need a theme park reservation for EPCOT either way, as you can't park hop from another park until 2 p.m. Okay, so there's step number 1, but there's more. New to the virtual queue experience is an additional opportunity to request to join the virtual queue. On certain dates when EPCOT has extended evening hours, qualifying guests can request to join the virtual queue at 6 p.m. People who qualify for extended evening hours do not have to be inside EPCOT to join the virtual queue at 6 p.m. These guests do have to have valid theme park admission and a theme park reservation for the same park on the same day to experience extended evening hours, or you can use extended evening hours if you have a ticket or annual pass with a park hopper option and enter the park you have a reservation for. Now, just to refresh your memory, who can use extended evening hours? Only people staying in deluxe resort hotels or villas. So that includes all the Disney Deluxe resorts and Swan and Dolphin. Remember, the virtual queue is not the only way you can get on Cosmic Rewind. It'll also be available as a pay per ride selection where you can pay separately to use the lightning lane of the ride. There will, however, not be a regular standby line at the attraction at this time. So 2 options, virtual queue and pay per ride. Okay, Genie Plus changes for EPCOT. One EPCOT ride will be changing the way guests skip the line for a limited time. Beginning on May 31st, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure in EPCOT's France Pavilion will no longer be a pay-per-ride attraction for a limited time. Instead, it will be available just as regular part of Disney Genie Plus. This change is expected to last until August 7th, when Remy's will go back to being a pay-per-ride attraction. This means that between May 31st and August 7th, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure will be included in your purchase of Disney Genie Plus, which is $15 per ticket per day. We've seen changes like this happen in the past during the holiday season and over spring break, so it's possible that this change is coming ahead of summer crowds. Plus, with Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind opening on May 27th, there is a chance that Disney expects crowds to be occupied at that attraction. Keep in mind that this is a temporary change, and don't forget to stay tuned to DFB for the latest. The 4th of July fireworks are coming back to Disney World this year. On July 3rd and 4th, you can watch Disney's Celebrate America, a 4th of July concert in the sky in Magic Kingdom at 9:20 p.m. And this show is for 2 days only, so it's a pretty exclusive show to see in the parks. And we also haven't seen this show in Disney World since 2019, so it's exciting to see it return. Now, I know it's not technically summer yet, but the 2022 EPCOT International Food and Wine Festival is quickly approaching. All of the fun will kick off on July 14th, 2022. There'll be a brand new booth at the festival this year called the Fry Basket. Disney says this booth is where you can snack on crispy French fries or yucca fries, seasoned to perfection. Oh, you know we're all about a booth solely dedicated to fries. There is only one new booth at the festival this year, but there are lots of great booths making a return, and we've got the full list of them for you on our blog. And guess what? The Eat to the Beat concert series is coming back to EPCOT. At the America Gardens Theater stage, there'll be a mix of some of the more popular artists you know and love, with local bands also mixed in. So far on the lineup, we got Baha Men, Joey Fatone and Friends, Chris Allen and David Cook, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy Hanson, Boyz II Men, and more. And Eat to the Beat dining packages are returning too. Disney shared that guests will be able to reserve their spot for the show by getting a dining package for performances Friday to Monday. Reservations for dining packages are going to open on May 24th, 2022. The participating restaurants have not been announced yet, but EPCOT restaurants that have participated in the past include Beer Garden, Chefs de France, and Nine Dragons. You can make reservations online or by calling 407-WDW-DINE. If you want to see the full list of booths and performers, head to our website at DisneyFoodBlog.com, and we will be sure to keep updating those lists as more is announced. Now we got another opening for you. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, the return of this magical experience that transforms little boys and girls into dashing heroes and charming princesses has finally been announced. Due to health and safety concerns, the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique was put on hold for a long while, and for those young little heroines itching to show off their inner princess, the options were limited. But now the fairy godmothers in training have announced that Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique will reopen sometime this year. The boutique will also be reopening at Disneyland Resort. We don't have a specific timeline yet, but we know it'll be sometime in 2022. Reservations are required for this experience and can be made through the Disney World website or by calling 407-939-1929. Remember, even magic takes a little time, so plan for your little one's transformation to take about an hour. And if you're booking your experience inside the Magic Kingdom, you will need valid park tickets and park pass reservations as well. And that's not the only reopening announcement we got this week. Disney has announced that the Harmony Barber Shop in Magic Kingdom is finally going to reopen on July 31st, 2022. Starting then, you can head in for a child's haircut, an adult haircut, or My First Haircut, which is a special service for toddler-aged kids. The My First Haircut experience will be extra special now too, because stylists will have magic and extra special pixie dust for the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary celebration. We can't wait to see what that is. Walk-in appointments will be accepted based on availability, so Disney recommends making advance reservations for any of the services to ensure the barbershop will be able to accommodate you at the time you're hoping to visit. A limited number of reservations will be bookable in the My Disney Experience app beginning June 28th. Previously, the cost of getting a haircut here was $18 plus tax for kids and $19 plus tax for adults. The My First Haircut experience was $25, and it included a commemorative Mickey hat, a keepsake lock of hair, and an official milestone certificate. Disney hasn't confirmed that these will be the prices when Harmony Barbershop reopens, so we'll keep an eye out for the updates about that cost. This is the final Main Street location to reopen its doors, and we are so excited to check it out again. Disney Springs took to Twitter to share the all-new Disney Springs Art Walk, a canvas of expression. It's going to launch later this month at Town Center in Disney Springs. Disney Parks blog shared that both local artists and artists from around the world will create murals to fill Disney Springs with emotion and spirit inspired by their cultures. Guests of Disney Springs will be able to see the work up close and experience lots of different styles of art. The space will evolve over time as unique voices and styles are continually added. The first artists will be Lacey Jordan, Chad Mize, Stacey Aoyama, and Eric Tan. We're excited to see Town Center decorated with murals. Not too long ago, we told you about plans Disney had to build a massive art installation near Orlando's iDrive, and Disney just released even more details about the animated art display, which will showcase some of your favorite Disney characters and attractions in a whole new way, quote unquote. Apparently, there's going to be Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Fab 50 golden sculptures as they come to life in an impressive ribbon-like Disney art display. And it sounds like it's going to change over time. It looks like they're going to do some different things seasonally and for celebrations. So my guess is there's going to be a lot of lights in there. But you're going to also be able to go inside the building where you're going to find a brand new Walt Disney World store that's going to have merchandise and ticket sales. So this is kind of, I guess, one of those classic Disney stores, except it's going to be the Walt Disney World store and sell tickets. The store will also have the first ever interactive Disney Vacation Club virtual discovery station. That DVC virtual discovery station is going to have floor-to-ceiling screens and offer first-person virtual tours, photo galleries, and videos. So when will guests be able to check this out? Sooner than you think. The new store is going to open on May 31st, so we'll be there and checking it out for you. Now, we're almost halfway through 2022, so it might be time to start thinking about your 2023 Disney World visit. Disney just announced you can begin booking your 2023 Disney World vacation starting June 8th, 2022. Bookings will open for next year's tickets, hotels, and packages at that time. Disney's also announced that early theme park entry will continue beyond Disney World's 50th anniversary and through 2023 at least. With this benefit, Disney World hotel guests can enter each theme park a half hour before the official park opening. That means that during your upcoming vacation in 2022 or 2023, you'll be able to take advantage of this benefit as long as you're staying at a Disney World hotel or one of the other participating Good Neighbor hotels. We definitely recommend taking advantage of this perk if it applies to you. Our advice is to be at the parks 30 minutes before you can actually get in, which means get there an hour before official park opening time if you're using early theme park entry. That should give you plenty of time to get through the admissions line and be on your way to the attractions. Generally, 30 minutes really only means time to get in line and ride maybe one or two big attractions, but that could mean saving an hour or even more time later on when wait times are very long. Keep in mind that not all attractions are open during early theme park entry. For a list of every hotel with this perk, info about booking your 2023 vacation, and more, head to our website at disneyfoodblog.com. We've got all the info there for you. Now, previously, Disney Cruise Line voyages to Alaska weren't being offered, partially due to COVID-19 restrictions on ships in Canadian waters, where the Disney Cruise Line's Alaskan cruises typically depart from. But Disney Cruise Line just announced that the Disney Wonder will be returning to Alaska for the 2022 and 2023 summer seasons. You can find the rates, dates, and sailing information for the Alaskan cruises on the Disney Cruise Line website now. On May 16th, the Wonder departed from Vancouver, Canada for its first return to Alaska, and it'll be inviting guests to join the trip later this summer. On board, guests can expect themed entertainment and experiences like deck parties, fireworks shows, and more. Offshore excursions will also be available so that guests can see more of Alaska. I took this cruise several years ago with my whole family, and it was incredible. So if you've been looking forward to the return of the Alaskan cruises, check out the cruise itineraries on the Disney Cruise Line website. And you can also check out my personal food tour of Skagway, Alaska, which was so much fun to do. So definitely check that out too. Now, starting May 26th, California Grill at Disney's Contemporary Resort will be offering a number of new plant-based items on their menu. Starting with appetizers, the Florida Peach and Raspberry Salad will feature grilled and fresh peaches, raspberry variations, steel-cut oat granola tart, red onion, and whipped raspberry vinaigrette. As for entrees, the new house-made bucatini cacio e pepe. I was wondering when we get a cacio e pepe on Disney property. That's a fresh take on spring flavors with sunflower, allium, crispy sunchokes, charred green onions, toasted onions, and a sunflower seed rampis stew, along with house-made bucatini, topped with luxurious cashew cream sauce. There are also some new plant-based desserts on the menu. You can try out the peanut and banana torte, which is a twist on the classic PB&J. It combines shortbread, peanut ganache, miso caramel, nut crumbles, and caramelized bananas. But there's more. Moving on from the plant-based items, California Grill also has new seasonal dishes available. Things like Florida Rock Shrimp Salad, which pays homage to former chef de cuisine Brian Pisecki's signature salad at the restaurant. This new version has similar flavors with hearts of palm, petite lettuce, yuzu, avocado, jicama, and crisp rice crackers topped with a ginger vinaigrette. You can also get the new iridescent creme brulee, which serves up a pineapple mango compote, hibiscus meringue, hibiscus crystals, and coconut. We will be sure to check them out for you and give you a full review. Okay, now, if you've ever visited Skipper Canteen, you'll know it's one of the punniest dining spots in all of Disney World, and you'll know it's also something we often refer to as a hidden gem. So when Disney decided to add some new items to this Magic Kingdom menu, we had to put our adventurers hats on and check it out. We started with the new sustainable fish for $32, which recently changed. This is not piranha, served over bok choy, lotus root, bell peppers, and shiitake mushrooms in a light ginger lemongrass broth. The fish that we were served was striped sea bass. This is a nice light option for those who don't want a really heavy meal, but still need a little bit of protein to get through the rest of their day. This fish was cooked excellently. It was nice and flaky. The broth was almost like a miso broth, and it added a nice flavor but wasn't too salty. The flavor of the fish was peppery, but not overwhelmingly so. We kind of wish this had come with rice rather than vegetables, though. Then it was time to dig into Irrawaddy Irma's hanger steak for $38. This is ginger and soy marinated sliced hanger steak served with garlic rice, frisee, and pickled onions. So the steak was good, but it doesn't stand out from other steaks you can get at Disney World, so we're not sure we'd order this one again. Maybe if it had a sauce or some kind of other flavor added to it, we would have rated this higher. The ginger and soy marinade just didn't really cut it for us. Finally, we got the Senegalese Sal's short rib for $36. It's a Berber spice short rib sweet potato silk with sauteed greens and cucumber and root vegetable slaw. We're just going to say this was probably our favorite of the 3 new menu items. We found the flavor really unique. It almost had like a cinnamon or nutmeg fall kind of thing going on. And we think this is exactly the kind of thing to order in the fall or winter. It was a heavier dish, so you might not want to order this when it's super hot and humid out, like it's going to be for the next 3 months, but it was delicious and we would order it again. If you can't tell, we're huge fans of Skipper Canteen. We love the theming and the food and the drinks. Everything serves to fit that Jungle Cruise theme, and we notice new details every time we come in here. So if you want to try something a little different in Magic Kingdom, this should definitely be your go-to spot for a nice sit-down table service meal. All right, this one's really fun. I saw this come through on our WhatsApp thread, which is where our reporters send all the pictures they're taking. I was like, I kind of want to eat that. Sunshine Seasons in EPCOT just added a pepperoni pizza roll to their menu. It comes with a side of pasta salad and costs $10.99, and this thing is massive. So we gave this one a try, and the breading was chewy with a touch of garlic. The mozzarella cheese was nicely melted, and the pepperoni had the perfect amount of spice to it. This is a great variation on pepperoni pizza. In fact, it's basically a folded up slice of pizza. The pasta salad didn't disappoint either. That elbow pasta was smothered in Italian dressing with a light touch of mayonnaise, and it also had onions, cucumbers, and green and red peppers. It's served cold in a cup, but if you aren't interested in the pasta salad, you can choose a bag of chips instead. Overall, some may find the pepperoni pizza roll to be too greasy, but we didn't mind it, and we really like this new offering and think it's a pretty good value for the price. Now, my concern here is that it's super bready, it seems, and I'm more of a toppings person than a bread person when it comes to pizza, but you can make the judgment call yourself. And this new one does come in adult and kid portions. Okay, there's a new addition to the Polynesian Village Resort's Tambu Lounge. It's the Papeete Pipeline for $32. Now, that may seem like a pretty steep price tag for a drink that comes with Sailor Jerry spiced rum, coconut rum, melon liqueur, and Minute Maid passion fruit orange guava juice, aka our beloved Pog juice, but you'll also get a pretty fun souvenir cup to go along with it. It's a wooden mug design with the bottom half made to look like sand. Now, the sides are wrapped with miniature recreations of surfboards and even some with hidden Mickeys. The drink itself is served separately in a clear cup, so you don't have to go wash out your souvenir mug. It's really pretty with a bold tropical shade of orange and garnished with a cherry. Of course, any drink made with Pog juice wins for us, right? But what about the taste? Mainly, it's going to be fruity and tropical. The alcohol wasn't overpowering, and it has a fair amount of sweetness from that Pog juice and the melon liqueur. Really, this is a great drink for someone who wants to feel like they're sitting on a beach somewhere and relaxing in the sun, who doesn't want to feel that way. And if you're not a fan of sweet or fruit-forward drinks, you may want to pass, but it definitely epitomizes the tropical vacation feel in a beverage, and that's exactly what you want at the Polynesian Village Resort. Maybe I'm speaking for myself. I don't know. So is it worth it? Well, if you're a collector of souvenir cups and this is one that you just have to add to your collection, then it's possible that it's worth it. If not, you may want to try ordering this drink on its own instead. You can buy it solo for $15 without the souvenir cup, but we're definitely recommending the beverage for Pog juice lovers for sure. There's a new treat over at the Grand Floridian Resort is the Orange Bird Cake Pop from Gasparilla Island Grill. Now, you know Grand Floridian always likes to do different variations of this ginormous cake pop, right? This spring and summer, I guess it's Orange Bird. This is a vanilla cake pop with citrus buttercream and robed in white chocolate, decorated as Orange Bird himself for $7.99. We loved pretty much everything about this cake pop. The cake itself was incredibly moist, just like a cake pop should be, and it has just a hint of orange flavor, so it's not super super overwhelming. The white chocolate created a nice crunch, and overall the consistency of the treat worked pretty well. It's also a pretty decent size, so you could share it if you wanted to. Plus, it's adorable, or maybe a little creepy, depending on who you ask. You tell us if you think it's cute or creepy. We are torn. We want to know in the comments. Now, if you're not a fan of citrus, you may want to steer away from this treat. But it was a very light touch, so you might still like the cake pop as a whole. One downfall of it is that the cake is so moist that it falls apart, and that happens with all of these cake pops at Grand Floridian. We don't think it would travel very well, so if you're wanting to grab something to take home with you, you should probably choose something else. This is buy it and eat it now kind of thing. Okay, we recently headed over to Marketplace Snacks in Disney Springs and tried the new Mickey Cookie Waffle Sundae. This sundae is vanilla soft serve, hot fudge, cookie crumbles, and white chocolate chip pearls in a Mickey bubble waffle. That's right, the bubble waffles now have little Mickeys on the bubbles. They're not just circular bubbles, which is awesome, for $8.99. We thought the soft serve was pretty refreshing on a hot day and that the cookie crumbles and hot fudge weren't too overpowering or heavy. The absolute star of the show, though, is that waffle cone. It was crisp and light and just a tiny bit sweet. It was the perfect combination. The only downside to this sundae was that it started melting pretty much immediately in the Florida heat. It's big enough to share, so you could either share it to help prevent melting or just eat it really fast. Cookies and cream fans are going to like this one, but if that's not you, you'd probably want to try one of the other sundaes like the mini sweet strawberry waffle sundae or the Pluto peanut butter waffle sundae. They've got Minnie, Pluto, Donald, and Goofy now, as well as Mickey. So this is a fun menu expansion for Marketplace Snacks and for those bubble waffles. Now remember, those two bubble waffles have been around for a long time in Disney Springs, but the addition of more characters is super fun. Okay, heading on to merchandise news. Each year, typically right before or during the month of June, Disney releases a Pride merchandise collection, complete with a wide variety of rainbow items. And this year, there were a lot of additions. With the release of this year's collection, Disney has announced that 100% of the profits from any Pride collection items purchased between now and June 30th will be donated to support LGBTQIA+ youth and families. The signs in the stores also provide a link to the website where you can learn more about the organizations Disney is donating to. The collection includes items for Marvel and Star Wars fans, plus some regular Disney branded rainbow merch like a Loungefly backpack and a tumbler, and of course ears. If you want to see more of the collection, head to our website at disneyfoodblog.com. And happy holidays, folks! Except it's still May. Well, even though we're far away from the holiday season, although it will sneak up on us, I imagine, that doesn't stop Disney from releasing holiday merchandise like fun new ornaments. And now we've found even more new ornaments that are selling so fast. First up, we have an ornament showing the Walt Disney World Railroad Main Street Station at the front of Magic Kingdom. I desperately need this ornament. The front has the train as well as the giant Mickey head that's made out of flowers in front of the station. And on the back, you can see Conductor Mickey standing at the bottom. Maybe this is a harbinger that train's going to open up again soon, right? Next, we have this new ornament showing the main entrance sign to Walt Disney World. You get Mickey and Minnie on either side, and it's a great way to remind you of driving into the most magical place on Earth, where everybody takes a picture, even though we're not supposed to. Now, we have some new ride ornaments, too. First, there's an ornament of Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid from Magic Kingdom. The front shows the outside of the ride. On the back, you can see Ariel and friends. Now, all of the ornaments we've mentioned so far can be found in Ye Olde Christmas Shop in Magic Kingdom. But next, we have a new ornament of Peter Pan's flight, and you won't have to wait 2 hours for it. We found this ornament in the Celebrity 5 and 10 in Hollywood Studios. All these ornaments are $29.99 each. You could get all of them and have a tiny version of Disney World on your tree this year. And we're constantly on the lookout for all the latest Disney merchandise, and we found a dress in Magic Kingdom that's perfect for celebrating Disney World's big anniversary. We found this one at Uptown Jewelers, and it's dark blue with a collar, a golden tie belt, and a cute 50th anniversary pattern all over it, but be wary of the price tag. It's $128. It has these beautiful pictures of the castle, and the design continues onto the back of the dress with golden 50s and fireworks. For anyone who is all about functionality, yes, the dress does have pockets. What a fun way to dress for the 50th anniversary or for a Dapper Day event. And we found another great pair of ears in Disney World. These blue Loungefly ears are covered in Disney characters and icons with a bright blue sequin bow. So what characters and icons are on the ears? Well, there's Mickey, the Mad Hatter, Cinderella Castle, Mickey Balloons, Mickey Mouse, Hatbox Ghost, Darth Vader, Dopey, Pooh, Dumbo, and a lot more. If you're looking to put all these characters on your head, you'll find them at the Emporium in Magic Kingdom for $39.99. And I think we've seen this in Disneyland as well, so you can find it both places. And that's what I've got for you this week. If you want more Disney news, sign up for our free newsletter. The link is in the description box below. Also, be sure to follow us on social media at Disney Food Blog for even more fun. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, I'm AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.